Welcome, everyone, to the Major Wrestling Favorite Podcast Patreon, a classic match watch-along. We're doing something a little different this month. There's going to be, I was going to say 3, but there's going to be 4 classic match watch-alongs. This one is a bonus. This one will be, well, a WTW classic match from WrestleFest 2. That's right, my backyard match. Brett Matthews versus G Money. And the guy that we have today doing a little commentary of not only the real match, but right here is good old JG, John Gravina. Say hello, John.
It's me, it's good old JG. And welcome, everyone, not to Trampoline Turmoil, but to WrestleFest 2.
Now, John, I know I can see you. You're wearing a WTW shirt. I was going to call you a Mark, but I'm wearing one as well. Available now on Pro Wrestling. That's right, ProWrestlingTees.com/MajorWFPod. I also see behind you the Broski Garden Gnome that Johnny Cisco and Iman Merrick have been fighting over, sword fighting over, I heard. Are you just putting it there?
That's purely trolling Earring Mulligan, 100%.
But you realize this is an audio podcast. Nobody can see this, John.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were going to screenshot it or put it on YouTube. I don't know.
No, this is just audio, baby. This is audio. So let's give people a little backstory on WTW. Yes. It was my backyard wrestling fed in my backyard. I believe we started in 2000.
I want to say, I forget if it was 99 or 2000, but somewhere in that sweet junior high school range where Attitude Era is at its all-time peak, backyard wrestling's at its all-time peak, and, we wanted to get in on the action.
That's right. So, yeah, it started, I believe it's 2000, ends in 2002. I want to say we were very professional. We took things very seriously. Of course, I was the booker man. I had the pencil. And you were the commentator, John. Tell us about that.
So not only was I the commentator, I like to think I wore many hats because I was also the publisher, editor, and writer of WTW, the magazine. Let's not forget that.
We had the magazine. I forgot the magazine.
We had WTW, the music, which if you guys remember those sweet 2 or 3 CD-ROM computer game cases, that's what we did because we had multiple CDs with Microsoft Paint artwork. It was pretty sweet.
I actually found those CDs while I was organizing my garage. I found all my WTW stuff, all the original tapes. All the tapes are now on my computer. They're all digital now. But I found all those CDs you're talking about, the music, and I also found the custom action figures that I had gotten made years later, which are still awesome. They're Jacks, but they're incredible. And you have one as well. I got 2. Not many people got 2.
No, I was one of the lucky ones. I think me and your dad were a couple of the only ones.
My dad was not in WTW, John. You're confusing that with
he got a custom figure, didn't he?
The Z Trilling on story. It was Fallen Angel. Not Christopher Daniels. Not Christopher Daniels.
Christopher
Sweeney. Yes, Christopher Sweeney. His wife saw the original Facebook post and begged for me to make one for him. And I'm also right now I'm holding, you can't see it because it's audio, the Wildcat Belts World Trampoline Wrestling Championship. It's the real deal now. We used to use, actually we were ahead of our time because we were using the Figures Inc. kid size replica ECW. Then we switched to the Attitude Era adult size replica, so we were pretty legit for a backyard fed.
Yeah, and if you remember when I came to visit you for the first time in your house in Orlando, you've been there a couple years now. I didn't want to see the toy room. I didn't want to see the pool. What did I do? I beelined it and made sure I got a picture holding that WTW title.
Yeah, holding the strap, baby. But all right, enough BS. Let's get to the action, and we'll commentate during it. It's WrestleFest 2. You know what? We probably should have got the date. I don't have the date, John.
I could probably look. Shouldn't it be in the corner of the video, like the old camcorder style?
No, I cut it. I made it. I made it look professional. So it's definitely summer 2001. WrestleFest 2. Brett Matthews, G Money. I think the inside fans knew they were brothers, kind of like but storyline wise, they're not brothers. If you're on the dirt sheets.
Yeah, can you give a little background into that feud? Do you remember anything going into it other than
Well, it was a
turmoils
personal
leading up to it.
It was a personal feud, and it was these two guys. They were the Rock and Austin of WTW. And yes, I was the Booker man. But guys, you got to forget, I started the Fed, and I put myself on top. And then what I did was I dropped the strap, and then I built up the younger stars, gave them the rub. So guys coming over from other promotions, I put them over. And I went down to like the hardcore and European division, built those guys up, guys like Fallen Angel, guys like Viper, guys like Mako. But now is my time. Now that we had built credibility in everybody, it was my time to go for the gold. And the one guy in my way was the leader of the Cash Money Superstars, G Money.
And was Spiral the champ at this point, and he lost it to Headcase earlier in the show? Am I remembering that correctly?
No, you're totally you're not being a good Major Mark, because that is incorrect. Spiral, if you recall, Spiral is the champ. He is supposed to wrestle the winner of the Geronimo Menace match in an Iron Man match, I believe. And then there was a real life shoot run-in, and we cut the camera and we deleted the footage, and we had to on the fly come up with a new main event.
That's right. Okay.
Do you remember that? And then I ended
Yes.
up losing. I ended up losing to Spiral in the main event. I think it was like some sort of Spiral had to go through all the previous World Heavyweight Champions, and Spiral prevailed.
Okay, gauntlet style.
I don't know if it was Gauntlet style. It might have been Gauntlet style. But we called on the fly. Like, these kids really thought that they were gonna, like, we were on live TV, that they were gonna invade and we were gonna keep the footage. I think they even had their own referee. We fired the Menace after that. We cut the camera, we rewinded it, and we taped over that son of a bitch.
Yes,
But,
that was
all
one of the people still don't believe that story when I tell them.
It's
but
true. All right,
I
guys. Now this video is on YouTube, youtube.com/MajorWFPod. Get it lined up. Brett Matthews versus G Money, WrestleFest 2. Now, full disclosure, we did add in some graphics and stuff, but we still wanted it to look cheesy, So it still looks like maybe we did edit it in 2000.
It doesn't look cheesy. It looks nostalgic.
I think it looks pretty shitty, but all right, John, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, that WTW with the fire. That gives me goosebumps. I believe it was cooltext.com I made that
That's
logo.
correct. That's
Crackling
correct.
fire with the alien glow. And look, there you are, John.
There I am.
Looking
and
young.
you can tell it's 2001 with the blonde hair, blonde highlighted tips there.
Now, next door is at the time.
What's
I don't
her
think
name? Ellie.
Ellie. I don't think. I think she might have died. And I don't think the new neighbors had moved in yet. But maybe they were just watching from the window. I know Rob next door. He claims that he admits that he was watching us back in the day and didn't tell my parents. So thank you very much, Rob. I love the monitor right here.
Yeah, I think we stole that out of your basement, right? It was just sitting there.
I think so.
It was my basement.
We stole it from somewhere. Look at it. It was a very windy day. I remember, I'll never forget, I was a little paranoid because it started sprinkling a little bit with like some rain. Oh, we're going backstage. Oh, look at the WTW mic. 2 mics with the logos on. Those are just Jack-specific mics. There we go. Well, there's my patented promo here. We're going backstage. Now, obviously, we've cut around. We've had some matches. We're just putting the best of in this YouTube video. I have my Edge sunglasses on, my Hardy Boys necklace.
Missing Vampiro wristbands, though. Those come
That's
later.
right. If I could do it again, if I could go back in time, I would take the Hardy Boys logo off that necklace and put those wristbands inside out. Because now looking back, I'm like, it looks tacky.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many early 90s references can we spot as we watch this tonight? There's going to be a couple.
Now, you got that Punisher shirt on.
Yep.
That was your patented look was kind of that Punisher shirt with the little, you were, business and partying, you know what I'm saying? Because the Punisher shirt was Desperado, your alter ego.
Yes, my alter ego from Japan who was awakened at Heatstroke 2.
That's right, and won the hardcore title. Now, John Gravina was a hardcore champion.
Yes, he was.
And Desperado was a hardcore champion.
So does that technically make me a 2-time champ, or is that one entry under each character?
I think that's one entry under each character. We're going backstage again. Oh, the man of $1 million, G Money. G Money, one of the best gimmicks. I always respected guys who revitalized their backyard characters. For a while, he was the Revenger, Greg Cardona, so blah in my opinion. Once he found that G Money moniker And I believe I gave that to him. I believe there was someone named like T Money on like that Battle Dome show.
Yeah, and you know who that was? That was Terry Crews.
That's right. And I gave him that name. And you know what?
Yes.
G Money, my brother Greg, he ran with it. He really had it down.
G Money, one of the few superstars in WTW to have separate entrance attire and ring attire.
I was also going to say he's someone who almost I don't think he ever switched his ring gear like the original shorts and that tank top. It became like trademark.
Right, not like when we were reviewing these videos a couple months ago and we discovered the Geronimo Chase variant in the red.
That's right. So I changed my gear a lot. G Money, he evolved. You know, I like the G Money look. The man of
I think you might have added a wristband here or there, but for the most part.
Very good on the stick. Had that G Money, that necklace I think he got from the Tri-County Flea Market upstairs.
And he had the headband from, Random Street Corner by Penn Station.
We're still back, guys. I promise there were matches going on, but we're just showing the best. Here he comes, G Money. Geronimo.
Geronimo.
Fresh off his victory against the Menace. Left-handed handshake right there, the lefty dap.
Yeah. So here's what's funny about this interview is Geronimo had just recently turned face, I believe. So I think he was still trying to find himself here. You can tell he's not really stumbling through this promo, but he just doesn't look very comfortable.
No, you know what's going on is because he knows that the Merrick Screwjob's about to go down. He knows that the Menace, who he just beat, and all his cronies from the other promotion are waiting at the pizza place on bikes, trying to invade. And they're gonna
little bone crunching action there.
Right. What's he doing over there? Is he HARD? I'm not sure. But you know what? I love the double mic, the two different colors. We got the red and the silver. Then we got the classic green and silver. And are you wearing a tucked-in T-shirt, John?
Tucked in T-shirt with no belt and jorts. Wow. It looks like.
Well, yeah. So we're setting up right now. You think Geronimo's going to wrestle Spiral, but he does it, and here it comes, the I Quit match.
Here we go.
TTD made this graphic. We didn't have this really.
Yeah, this is great. Obviously, a riff on the WrestleMania 2 logo, right?
Absolutely. I think I was saying it earlier. It was started to sprinkle a little bit. With rain, and we were going to spray paint WTW on the canvas this night for the first time ever, but it wouldn't have dried.
Okay, now here's something I was just thinking about the other day as I was rewatching this. Now that you're saying it's starting to sprinkle, you guys all wrestled in socks for the most part. The wrestling shoes came later. Did you find that made it more difficult as the match went on, as the socks got wet?
There was two. You're really not supposed to jump on trampolines with sneakers, and also I didn't like how it didn't really go with ring attire. It didn't look good. So later on, we made a rule that you were allowed to wear wrestling shoes, but it had to match your ring attire. That's when we got a little more professional. Look at the Discovery Zone mat.
Yeah,
stolen.
I think Grandpa stole those.
That's right. Grandpa stole it from Discovery Zone, a staple of WTW with the ladder. I'm trying to think, where did teenagers buy? I think we used to just take our bikes, go to that Uniondale Walmart. Like, they must have thought we were crazy. We were buying ladders, cookie sheets, and then all the streamers were from a Party City or some sort of party store across the street.
Now, do you remember why they were yellow and black as opposed to green and black? Did they not have green that day?
No, WrestleFest, that was the colors for WrestleFest. Okay. Almost like a WrestleMania. Black and gold. Right. You know what I'm saying? So this is a trampoline. This was... Man, I love the trampoline. When I listen to this and I hear the screeching, it brings back childhood. Oh man, I was about to say childhood memories, but look at this. This is
Chris Jericho shirt, Edge glasses, Hardy Boys necklace, Vampiro wristbands.
It's a whole mishmash. You got
were those leather pants cut off at the knee?
Yes, they were leather pants cut at the knee. I love the tiki torch. I love the little bike skate ramp that we use as a ramp. I don't know why I'm throwing all the accessories on the roof. I think it was just cooler to do.
Yeah.
Not quite sure.
And selling the ankle injury, wearing the ankle brace here. Because Brett Matthews was a professional.
We're telling that story. It's the I Quit match. Now, those elbow pads are... See, this is what I didn't understand. Those are rock elbow pads with the Brahma Bull.
Two of them, right?
Turned inside out. So, why didn't I turn inside out like the wristbands and stuff? Big slap there.
Yeah. Stiffsky.
Oh, going for that collar and elbow tie-up.
G-Money made a weird leap out of the ring there. I never understood that one.
Referee Andrew, that's my little brother there, doing his best. He was too small to be in the action.
He had the reverse problem that I had, which was being too fat to be
John,
in the
action. I wasn't going to say it, John, but you just threw yourself under the bus. There's a weight limit on the trampoline, John.
That's fine.
Look at this. Drop toe hold. Now, for the people who don't know, if you got to the blue padding, we refer to it as a rope break. So, and technically, I guess I Quit matches don't have rope breaks, but we still did it in this match.
Right, because we were professionals.
Yeah. Whoop. Big hip loss. Nope. And now we took this very seriously. I definitely practiced this. Something I used to do is I used to practice matches like by myself, like wrestle the Invisible Man. So I would just like do the moves to myself, and then like I always cared more than G Money, so I would kind of just fill him in, and then he'd put his twist on it and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you get this match goes on for about 25 minutes. So how much of that was choreographed? Was that all done by you? Did any of this get called on the fly overall, or did you just have the high points?
I was similar to how it is in WWE in real life. You would kind of talk about the beginning, the end, and kind of just call the middle and the fly, you know?
Okay.
And there's definitely some times in here where you see us chatting. Going for that Cardona crab right here. I love this. With the mic in my face. Oh, rope break. There it is, rope break.
This is great.
What I want to get done, since I have the custom figures, and I'll post the pictures of the custom figures, is I want to get now like a 3D printed trampoline and have all the WTW figs on display in the toy room or my office or something like that. Now,
would you put you have to get a detolf, another detolf for that, right?
I wouldn't put the whole detolf for these figs, but one shelf.
Would they fit with some Small Joe's risers?
Well, I'm saying I would get the trampoline, and maybe I put them on some guys on the trampoline, some guys on the perimeter.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
What I love here is like, if you listen to the audio, like you're screaming, John. You're pretty damn loud.
Well, to be fair, I mean, we didn't have an actual microphone, so I wanted to make sure that I got heard over all the action, make sure all our fans at home could understand what was going on in the WTW arena.
I think it's the next month, or maybe it's the next year, where we do get full audio equipment back there. The neighbors must have thought we were insane.
Yeah, I got a guitar, like one of those JCPenney, like $50 guitars for Christmas that came with an amp, and I used to bring that with me every week, and we would actually project with the, starter guitar amp.
The kendo sticks, which people always ask where I was getting a kendo stick as a teenager, but there was a karate store. It was easy.
Now, if you remember when we first started, we would use actual like tree branches that would fall in the street, right?
Now, so Spiral, he had a bamboo kind of tree growing in his backyard, so it would be like bamboo stick matches, and those would come back from time to time. It's kind of a WTW signature. Oh, the powder in the face! I love the swing set we'd use as the top rope. We would just take all the swings off, and it just added such an element. Especially when guys like Geronimo was starting doing like the G splash with like the senton bomb, or.
Well, what was neat was you had almost had 4 posts, because you had the shed, you had the roof, you had the swing set.
Right.
So you had lots of different options. I think we ended up in the pool one time.
We got very creative. Oh, I love this move. I stole this from Canyon. The Russian leg sweep into that bulldog. The trampoline gives you that extra bounce. But,
yes.
We were very, when we first started off, we weren't the most professional. Guys would, everyone wore many hats. Like, someone would be the ref, and then they'd be the commentator, and then they'd be the cameraman. But then, at this point, we're trying to be as professional as possible. So you were strictly the commentator. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, and backstage interviewer. Right. I wouldn't just take my outfit off and be, like, a different guy and be the commentator.
No, not at this point.
In the beginning, yes.
But what people don't realize, peek behind the screen, is that you were also Vice President of Talent Relations, Jesse Monsoon, as your secret identity.
Was I VP? I thought maybe I was the full president, Jack Tunney style.
I don't remember. I just remember Jesse Monsoon was the name.
Jesse from Jesse Ventura. Monsoon, obviously from Gorilla Monsoon. Rolling Thunder into the big splash. Look at this. We're selling. We're taking it in. This is a great match. Great WTW. Now, this is not the main event. The main event is coming later. You won't be seeing it. We're actually both in the main event with no preparation. We both have to wrestle Spiral because G-Money, because Geronimo, he tried to screw us. But we fired the menace, but we let Geronimo back.
Yeah, so do you remember
red shorts? What's that?
Do you remember being especially winded at this point, because this match went on for quite some time, and a lot of the matches I don't know if we were trying to fill time, if everyone's just trying to get their stuff in, but a lot of our matches went for quite a bit of match time here.
You know what? I don't remember being tired. I think it's called blown up in the biz. I think that's more mental than anything. I think like at this time I didn't even know what being blown up was.
Right.
So like I could have gone like an hour, I think. And I used to like with my brother or even my wrestling buddies like have Iron Man matches like not taped just for what quote unquote practice.
Right.
And like I'll hear we're definitely talking now. If the sound was on, you could hear us be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the top rope. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, cameraman, back up. Get a better shot, cameraman. Yeah, there's definitely some chit-chatting going on there. But yeah, my parents didn't know this
Matthews
was going on.
line off the top.
Is that coming now? I think I'm directing the cameraman. Get over there. Here it comes. The big Matthews line, that X-Pac flipping clothesline off the top. So yeah, my parents didn't know this was going on. I think my dad had kind of an idea, but my mom had no idea. She would have been pissed.
No, how she didn't know is still beyond me. 20 years later, Aunt Terry, I apologize.
Well, she knows. She knows now. But and the reason WTW actually ended was because G Money in real life, my brother Greg, him and I got in an argument, and he told my mom that we were doing this, and that's how WTW ended. So G Money, you ruined it. You ruined it, damn it.
Well, it's because he didn't get the strap.
He was actually.
He was champ for a while.
He was champ for a while. That's right. Oh, I love that spot.
And I'm trying to think of the history of the WTW champions. You were a two-timer. I know it's on the belt. Let me see if I can remember. It was Extreme Eddie, right?
So I'm the first, then Extreme Eddie, then G Money,
then Spiral,
Geronimo, Spiral, and then me again. And I'm the last champ. But I had plans to drop it, but G Money, he screwed it up for everybody. That Discovery Zone Matt was a game changer. And then also Viper, who I think maybe he was on a little hiatus right now. When Viper would come, he would bring he was a karate expert. He would bring his karate mats. And
he was like a legit karate expert.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think Viper's on a hiatus right now. Oh, the Mick Foley punches, going for that big knee. Oh, no.
Yeah, it was a great spot.
We would use that fence as a guardrail, so the new neighbors, Rob, when he moved in, they had to redo the fence because it was destroyed. That's true. Selling that knee.
Yeah, I actually really like the psychology in this match. There's a lot of back and forth. He focuses on your injury, on your ankle, like he is right there. And, for 15, 16-year-old kids, this was... To me, this holds up today, 20 years later.
It actually does, because if you watch some Attitude Era wrestling, it's just as bad. Low blows, DDTs, ding-a-ding, and they start punching each other into the Irish whip. So this is pretty good for a bunch of teenagers, just backyard wrestling. We took it very, very seriously.
Yeah, well, there's a spot that I won't spoil that's coming up soon that I completely forgot about, and we were all talking about in our text chain. I think it blew all of us away, kind of re-seeing that 20 years later.
Oh, now he's going for the one-legged Cardona crab. Now, obviously, guys, we didn't know what heat, shine, comeback was. I didn't even get that until I was in wrestling. Oh, the ladder's coming into play here. That good old ladder. Also, if you can see to your right, is the Monster Squad clubhouse that my brother Andrew had built. It's a ladder. It's like our version of the Monster Squad, one of my favorite movies, and it's all just monster toys and monster art inside. But it wasn't. The ceiling
We've got
wasn't.
some audience members in there too. I think
this is the best part. This was edited later on. The TKO. You asked for the instant replay, and then what comes next?
Because I was a professional.
That's right. I'm so glad you said that, because here it comes.
20 years later, we got instant replay.
We finally got it after all these years. The instant replay.
Picture. When you guys see this on YouTube, I popped for this when I watched this redone on YouTube the first time.
Oh, so good.
That was a great sell. My commentary style, I always wanted to be Joey Styles. I thought he had the best combination of kind of intelligence and wit, whereas some guys were good at the knowledge part, and some guys were good at the entertainment part. I really always felt that he kind of blended the two perfectly, and I think a lot of that was having to do most of it on his own for most of his career. And funny story, when I met him at an indie show, actually Brian was there too.
You got hard?
Yeah, no. I told him, I said, you're the reason that 15-year-old me knew what a Fujiwara armbar was, and that really he popped for that. That was pretty cool.
That's very cool, John. Now you can put your boner away because we got to call the action here. Readjusting the Discovery Zone mat. Got the ladder here. I'm trying to think what else comes in this match. I mean, we went all out for this. Now we were trying, to raise the bar in this I Quit match, but we weren't doing like the crazy, hardcore, dangerous, trying to hurt each other stuff that when you think of backyard wrestling, you think of like the light tubes.
There's no light tubes.
And the fire. Yeah, we didn't do stuff like that. Look, we have knee pads on, elbow pads. We wore protection.
Now, did you guys plan on going as long as you did, or did you just have? What was your plan here?
I think this is actually one of the only WTW events that is a double tape. You know what I'm saying? So that this...
Oh, because, back in the day, they would only have so much time on each physical tape case. Back in the day, we had actual cassettes.
That's right. So this is I believe this is the last match of tape 1. A little test of strength a la Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior WrestleMania 6. Someone's got to do a little screenshot of this shot right here, with the Warrior.
This is
the one. Yeah, get a screenshot. That's the one. Yeah.
This is beat for beat Mania 6. This is great.
What I loved is like the music. I had a Saliva song. If you go back and hear some of these songs, it's so 2000 era. I would say you could buy WTW music, but we couldn't sell those because we'd be sued for copyright.
Yeah, I did notice that when you put this up because for the majority of your career, your theme song was Southtown by POD, and at this pay-per-view you came out to Saliva. So do you remember about when you switched that?
I definitely switched it around this time. I remember I was the POD song was good. It had the cool intro. It was all about the intro for Backyard Wrestling, right? But this Your Disease by Saliva had an intro, but not as long. Oh, big power bomb! And it was just time to switch things up.
Yeah, cross arm breaker here.
Oh, there we go, right there. I think we're doing a little talking there too. Yeah. Or maybe I'm biting them or talking.
I thought you were biting them. Yeah. See, what I liked about this match is neither one of you guys were really submission wrestlers.
No.
So it was an interesting stipulation. I'd say, did we have any submission finishers? I don't think so.
Yeah,
overall, in WCW as a whole?
I can't recall. What's coming up next? The right hands. Oh!
Shades of MVP.
That's right. Now, if I could do it differently, there's definitely some things that I would do. Like, I maybe... cover the Monster Squad logo with like a WTW logo. But we were kids, There's nothing really we could have done. This was the best that we could have done. Now, it does evolve a little bit. Like I said, we spray paint the WTW on with stencil. Looks really nice. 450 splash. Now, this is a time, let me say this. We had a one bounce rule in WTW, is that we didn't want things to look so fake. So you were allowed one bounce. Like G-Money had one bouncer there for that 450. We didn't want people just jumping because that would take away the illusion that there would be pain. You know what I'm saying?
Do you remember any instances of that rule being broken? Because I don't.
I think it was just a rule that everyone knew. You don't break the one bounce rule. It was
like that electric chair drop.
There it is, all right there. We try to have this as credible as possible. The atomic drops here, telling that story. Oh, right there.
That one looked like it hurt.
Oh, look at that bump to the outside. Now, also, nobody got seriously hurt in WTW.
No.
Which is
I believe
wild.
The only major injury in the entirety of the Backyard career didn't Sky break his wrist, but pre-WTW?
Spiral broke his wrist. I was involved in that. That's pre-WTW. Yes, I think I have some internal bleeding right now from that 450.
You got to tell a story. It's all about.
I wonder what's
But
coming
yeah,
next.
for the amount of, again, we weren't crazy backyarders with fire and light tubes, but I think it's a testament to how professional of a product that you wanted to present that nobody got seriously hurt because you cared about the presentation as much as the shock value.
Oh, I think we're going for the Elbro, the Cannonball Elbro, which I later
best
used
TBT
at
of all time.
WrestleMania 32. Here it is. Cannonball Elbow right there.
Right in the sternum.
It's super cool for me to have done that. I've never seen anyone do that move in wrestling to this day.
The cannonball elbow?
Yeah. I'm sure it's
not that I can recall.
Right. So to do it there at WrestlePlus 2, then at WrestleMania 32 off the ladder.
Yes.
That's storybook stuff right there. Now, I think when you get the headlocks and the punches, I think that's when we're usually doing a little chit-chat. You know what I'm saying?
Going for another electric... Nope.
Oh, lands on his feet reversal. Oh! Oh, I think this is edited from the pop. He says, "Hey, asshole, you looked." From the Monster Squad. Oh, look at that. The plastic
Steel
coat
chair?
cover. No, it's a plastic coat cover.
But did we call that a steel chair? Van Daminator.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't think we have a chair. We use chairs, but we didn't do a lot of shots to the head with chairs. We did with the cookie sheets, stuff like that.
Which were great because they were light and they bent on impact, so it looked really good,
The cookie
but it didn't
sheets,
hurt.
Cookie sheets probably weren't the safest, but then sometimes we used like the tinfoil ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the catering trays.
Right. Those were like, instant collapse.
Now, one thing watching this match again that I wish I didn't do was come up with some more generic names for some of this stuff. Like I'm calling out TKO, Van Daminator, and I think to give a little more credence to it, if I'd come up with a more generic move for the name so as to not say you were copying. Oh, this is a dangerous spot right here.
Oh, the
Murdered.
neutron bomb. What that is a sky high, a swanton bomb, and a Harlem hangover all in one. This shot is just iconic. Us laid out. I never hit it. I think it's the only time I hit it because I knew I had no accuracy, and as you can see, I landed on his head. So but yeah, the neutron bomb.
I think I came up with that name.
Oh, look at that. He's so disoriented. Take a shot here on Patreon, a Patron shot. He's going for the cover here. What I liked about G-Money, he's wearing the plain black socks, so it looks like boots. Look at that sharpshooter, just perfectly executed. Just, all right, let me lock in that sharp. I think every kid knew how to do a sharpshooter and a figure four. But you call it a Texas cloverleaf, John.
Because the angle that I was sitting at, I was looking at your back, and it looked like his leg was tucked under the back of his other knee. So to me, that was a Texas cloverleaf.
John, are you saying that there was no footage on your monitor and it was just a prop?
I may or may not be saying that. I can neither confirm nor deny. Cameraman too. We only have the hard cam available right now.
No, this is a handheld. We don't have the. I wish we would have had a hard cam. Now, I was watching this the other day and I was like, what is going on back here?
I think you were putting blood capsules in your mouth, from what I could. But I think I said I hear some punches and there's like no noise coming out whatsoever.
Sounds about right. But what's coming up next is I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm putting some blood capsules in my mouth. I'll tell you one totally blown spot that comes up later. But this one I'll get right through the fence. Boom. Like, why don't I put the blood on now? That's what I don't
know. But I did notice if you look closely, he puts the latch on the fence down to make sure that it hits and makes a good noise.
Oh, look at that. Classic. Oh, look at that. Oh, busted wide open.
This is great.
Oh, my God.
And you can't really tell from the angle of the camera, but you were probably like 2 feet back from that, right?
No, I was definitely getting hit with the fence.
You were taking it?
Yeah, but it's fence. It's fine.
You see your dad in the background cleaning the pool?
My dad? You see him?
Yeah, there was a hand back there with a skimmer. I assume that was
Oh, my God. So maybe he was there. Maybe he did know this was going on.
Actually, if this was the day...
Oh, look at the color.
That the invasion happened, he was definitely there because he chased him off.
Oh, that's right. You are right about that. So my dad did know. What a great dad.
He was probably like, oh, sick match.
Busted wide open. It's not ketchup. It's not food coloring. And blade. It's just like Halloween fake blood.
Dude, this is the highlight of the match right here, and I didn't realize it until about 2 minutes from now. This spot is something that's never been done in wrestling for this length of time that I've ever seen in my life.
So his G Money's patented thing was like the rolling suplexes, and he's about to go for 10, but I counter his 10th.
Yes.
I just spoiled it for everybody. But even in the moment, I felt like, okay, I was supposed to do 10, and I was like, all right, we're going way too long. I think
you stopped at 6 or 7, yeah.
G Money accused me of being blown up, but that is not the case. It was just like, all right, enough is enough here. Like, in my head, it was great, but it's like, all right. Oh, blocks it. Here we go. Suplexes of my own right there.
And this was great because your blood's coming off on his attire here.
I still have that shirt and maybe those shorts in my parents' house. In my remember those? I'm sure you had one of those sports lockers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a Utah Jazz that said Matthews on it. It's still there. Still here, baby.
Fun anecdote for everybody listening. Matt's groomsman gift for my wedding was a Utah Jazz jersey that said Rider number 85.
That's right. That's right. Look at the. I like this fake blood because it stuck. It stayed on. Didn't just wipe off.
That wasn't no dollar store bullshit. That was the good Party City stuff.
That's right. I want to. Oh, what's going on here? Turn around. Oh, the Cardona cutter. What a spot. What a spot.
Now, I thought where you guys were going with that was the back up, Hogan and Macho back up and throw the hands up, but he went right to the moneymaker Cardona cutter.
The best splash in the business. Moves out of the way. Going for the equalizer. He hits it. That's my finisher, the equalizer. The chicken wing jawbreaker, which I stole from...
Disco Inferno.
Well, not in real life,
WTW versus NWO Revenge.
Did you say WTW or WCW?
WCW, excuse me. We were professional. We never had a video game.
Going for the ankle lock on that right ankle. Oh, see, that's the spot that gets messed up. Okay, so...
Is that supposed to be missed?
Right.
Blood?
Right. Now I'm trying to wipe it on his head. I thought in my mind that the blood in my mouth was missed, but I no saliva, so it didn't work.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were just supposed to be like hocking a loogie in his face.
It was supposed. See, it works out, but it was supposed to be like in my mist, like Tajiri Great Muda mist.
Yeah. A little blow into the stomach.
I was so devastated that it didn't work out in the moment. Because we didn't do any redos. We were all live. Even our promos backstage were one-take wonders. Going for the Hurricane Rana. No, reversed. Cardona Crab. He won't quit. He won't quit. He won't quit. Oh, no. Back to the ankle lock. Oh.
And Andrew's going, he quits, he quits.
He quit. He quit. Now, this is my favorite part. You need to watch this back later because now Salute... his music plays, and you go.
Sal was in the
music.
Cash Money Superstars at one point, right?
No, at this time they were both in the Cash Money Superstars. But Salute's music plays. In comes Headcase for BCW. Here comes Salute turning on G Money. And nobody knew about this. Not even you. You're like, wrong music. Oh, here's Fallen Angel. Fallen Angel, what's he gonna do? He hits him with the death trip. I wish he used a little oomph in that death trip.
Yeah, that was a little weak.
All right, Sal, keep that shirt on. They're both... Wait a second. Gore from Headcase. Headcase invading from BCW. Oh, no. Oh, no. Salute and Fallen Angel have jumped ship to BCW. Wait a minute.
There it
Brett
is.
Matthews in BCW. I have goosebumps right now watching this. Goosebumps right now watching. I have turned.
Your facial expressions in these last 2 minutes are unreal.
This was
the looks you're giving the camera.
We just did a double turn. G Money turns face. Brett Matthews turns heel, goes to BCW. It's like Brett Austin WrestleMania 13. And you're like to call me a son of a bitch. You had no idea. You were pissed. I didn't give a.
I was a company guy.
Fed.
I was a company guy.
Oh, I loved it. I loved shocking people. Look at that. And you see Geronimo back there getting ready for his big match next. BCW. Well, that was it. WTW WrestleFest 2. Unbelievable. I can't believe this episode has been 40 minutes. I don't want to keep you much longer, John. I know that all you do is watch your daughter, and that you make it seem like your life is so hard. But
You're a dick. Doesn't take 45 minutes to put a cat to sleep, Matt.
That's true. I thought maybe we could take a second, and I want to read some of these captions on the YouTube video.
Yes.
They're pretty funny. There's 309 comments, which is nuts. One of them says, it's quoting one of the promos. I'm not sure if it's my promo or G Money's. And it says, after tonight, he will no longer have a career. His job will be over because I'm going to end his career tonight. And he goes, what a promo.
Let's see. There's Matthews with a Z, epitome of early 2000s. That's true.
G hitting 9 straight suplexes only for Matt to reverse number 10 and then hit 5 of his own is the most 2020 I've ever seen. This is amazing. This one's also good.
This is the best. I bet Gabby's already selling copies of this at his storage unit.
If Sting showed up at Starrcade as tan as G Money, he'd have gone over Hogan clean.
That's great. Meltzer just gave this 6 stars. That's a good one.
This is a line from G Money's promo. Knock, knock. Who's there? Brett Matthews. Brett Matthews who? Exactly. So great. Ahead of its time, both wearing the same attire as Kevin Owens.
Now, on the Facebook thread, there's a picture comment where Shorty G has literally the exact same attire, and it even says G Money on it. That was great.
I'm just going to end it with this last comment. Geronimo playing with his ding-dong in the middle of a promo. Good God. Well, John, thank you for being on the Major Wrestling podcast.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll watch another WWE match. I got to find a good one, edit it. Maybe we'll find one that people care about because I would say we'll put your hardcore win, but nobody else wants to watch that. So we'll find
I would say if I had to pick one, I would go WrestleFest 1 Falls Count, not anywhere, but Falls Count everywhere.
Yeah, but I'm not in that match, John. People don't want to watch 2 random kids. I have to be in the match. So pick a match that I'm in, and then I'll put it on the YouTube channel. We'll do another one of these.
We'll come up with one.
You have the video library, right?
I don't have all of them. I have a couple.
All right. Well, we'll work on it. John Gravina, thank you very much. John, you have nothing to plug, right? You're not what are you, a Desperado 469 on Twitter? What are you?
It actually was Desperado WTW up until like 2 years ago.
Right.
So I'm not going to plug my Twitter now.
All right, John. Well, my battery's at 2%. I'm going to get off. This is perfect time. This is Figure Fate, WTW Fate. Thanks for being on the show. I'll let you close out the episode, John.
I wasn't prepared for that.
We'll end it right there. See you next time.